I should maybe look past the cover. And I like to say, don't judge a book by its cover, but maybe I should have listened to that. Hi guys! Today we will be doing a showing of what I got for Christmas, including luxury and non-luxury. But doesn't mean it can't be fun. Without further ado, stick around and see what I've got. Starting off with non-luxury, just to build up for the end. First non-luxury item I got was Monopoly. I told you there was going to be fun things that weren't luxury related, and this is a special edition of Monopoly that I specifically asked for. House Divided. Any political fans in here? No? Okay. I'm not particularly political myself, but as you can see, it's blue and red, like the two parties, the elephant and the donkey, aka Democrats versus Republican if you're in the US, like I am. So you can see in the back, there's like different cards here. There's up to 6 players, and each of these players get one party. You can be 6 of the tokens, which are the same as the ones listed here, and how you win is that you try to get more votes for your party, and I think if you have the most votes, you win. I haven't played it, so I'm not sure how this is going to go, but it seems extremely fun, so I'm gonna be really excited to open this up. It's still in the shrink wrap. You know that little mischievous feeling you get when you make people pay your rent because they landed on your super expensive property that you just upgraded? That's the feeling that I enjoy for Monopoly so much. I enjoy being an evil landlord. Maybe not the best thing to say. I don't want to trigger anyone, but it's a great feeling in Monopoly. It's another non-luxury gift that I got was a organic cotton reusable pad product from Amazon called Riel. I put this on my Christmas list because, hello, I'm a lady. I heard great things about them in the reviews, so I'm happy to be using them. And they are organic cotton, which means they are very good because organic cotton uses less water to produce and process as much as normal cotton. Even though normal cotton is biodegradable, it is not as sustainable as organic cotton. These have a metal snap at the back of it, which allows you to clip it kind of like sort of wing behind your panties. These are also reusable, so you can just throw them in the wash and reuse them. These were pretty expensive. When I looked them up online, they were like $43 for a pack of 3. So definitely buy these if you're thinking for using pads. Yeah, I don't think it's wrong for me to show you guys this. Probably most of my audience are women, if not a few dudes in there. They understand. Another one of the items I really loved getting was these watercolor pads. And they're a pack of 2. Ta-da! And they came together as a pack from the brand Arteza. If you watch the shorts on my channel, you would know that I like to do illustrated fashion sketches, which I am considering starting an Etsy store for, possibly sell my digital prints, as well as creating merch for this channel once this channel grows a little bit further. And I like to do fashion and luxury inspired sketches. I haven't had very much watercolor paper to sketch on and draw on with my brush pens. Along the same line, I got the same brand, Arteza, these dual tip brush pen markers. So they have 2 heads to them, and one head is a brush pen and the other head is a marker. This is a 48 pack. I'm very meticulous, so I organized everything to be in rainbow ombre colors, so you can see all the trays are like similar color groups. These have 2 heads, here and here. This head is a marker and this head is a brush pen, which is totally blendable with water to create a watercolor effect. Hence, the watercolor paper that I got was also on my wish list. Both of these items were on my wish list and I got them both, which made me super happy. I also got how to draw cute animals. It may seem childish to some, but I am a kid at heart. I just love it. I love all the chibi animals that they have shown in this book. You can see there's cute penguins, wolves, owls, and other things. Just a cute little book because I'm a sucker for cute things. I also got these magnetic eyelashes from this brand. I put them on my wish list specifically because I heard good reviews from them. I've had magnetic eyelashes before that have not been very good, so I heard good things about these. Plus, the unique thing about these that I really like is that they are synthetic silk, which, contrary to what you may believe, is not actually poly, but is actually silk, but taken and transformed through a process to make them into actual eyelashes, which means they are actually biodegradable lashes, and they are not mink, unlike a lot of the products out there, and nor are they so-called vegan lashes. I hate the term vegan lashes or vegan because it means that those items are basically just plastic. I like these because they're biodegradable, and the nice thing is that they're also cruelty-free, which is a bonus of silk synthetic lashes. They're also really good from what I heard because unlike many other magnetic liners, which may take multiple swipes to get on, you only need one swipe of these to get them on, which makes it sound pretty darn good to me. I also saw review photos of people wearing these, and they did not look like drag queen lashes. And I'm going for the natural look here. Your girl doesn't need anything fancy going to the grocery store. And now we'll transition to the luxury side of things. Moving on to our luxury section. The first luxury item, or luxury related item, is this book I got for Christmas called The Curious Economics of Luxury Fashion by Don Thompson. Millennials, Influencers, and a Pandemic. I wanted this because the sample audio on Amazon sounded so intriguing. I'm not really a fan of the cover photo itself. It looks like Rihanna's dress is a split open omelet, all the gooey stuff oozing out. So it didn't seem too great. And because the audio preview sounded so interesting, I thought to myself, I would love to get this for Christmas. I should maybe look past the cover. And I like to say, don't judge a book by its cover, but maybe I should have listened to that because I started reading this book and I'm kind of annoyed because Don Thompson is supposedly an economist and Nabisco Brands Professor of Marketing and Strategy, School of Business at York University in Toronto, and has taught at the Harvard Business School and London School of Economics, but he can't even get the prices for a Birkin right in this book. And this book was copyrighted in 2021, which means all these figures right now that I'm reading should be accurate for this year. And I've been looking at Hermes prices all year because that's when I was looking at prices for my Kelly, which I made a video about my 58-year-old vintage Hermes Kelly. I'll link it in the video in the description down below. But I'm disappointed so far with the reading that I've done because he talks about how on the pre-loved market, Birkins are selling for half off retail price, and I cannot think he could be more wrong. He has one job as an economist, is to get the prices and the numbers right in the book about luxury, but he doesn't get that right because he says that on the pre-loved market, Birkins are cheaper than retail, which is absolutely false because Birkins are going for double, if not triple, the retail price in store on the pre-loved market, especially where Instagram resellers are involved. Not to mention that he's cited in this book, and this is the current page that I'm reading, that Privé Porter was cited as a source for a 2020 Wall Street Journal article that a basic Birkin 35 centimeter calfskin that sells for $12,000 in a company boutique can then be flipped for $14,000. It is offered online for $18,000 to $22,000. Let me tell you this. When I bought my Kelly, I was looking around at prices and I dismissed all the prices for a size 32 and a size 35 because I was only interested in a size 25 or size 28. But on eBay and other websites, I saw the Kelly selling for as little as $5,000. Especially on eBay, it was like $5,000 or $6,000 in a size 32 or size 35 Kelly. Now, I'm not sure about Birkin, but I'm pretty sure the prices are pretty low as well. If not, for sure they're gonna be under retail price. I don't know what Privé Porter does with prices, but to sell a size 35 Birkin for $18,000 to $22,000 does not seem accurate to me, especially when people don't really want to buy expensive big size bags. Birkins get really heavy in the size 35, and so are the Kelly, which is why no one really buys them, but also because the mini bag trend is in. So I don't understand how people can justify selling them for double the retail price. Just my opinion, because I also saw on Fashion File, and Fashion File loves to mark up the price, and on Fashion File, Birkins are selling in the size 35 for around $10,000 as well, from what I remember. Maybe I'm wrong, but that doesn't seem right. He also cited that this other website that was selling Birkins and Kellys from lawbreakers and criminals as being half, if not a third of retail price. I went on the website yesterday night, so I was in absolute shock. I was like, oh my gosh, I can buy a Birkin for like $5,000 or $6,000? I can buy a Kelly for like $5,000 or $6,000 or $4,000? I went on the website and I checked. No, everything was like $18,000 and above. $18,000 was if you were kind of lucky. Though I do admit some of them were below. They were like $10,000, but none of them really seemed to be under retail price. Most of them, the majority of them, seemed to be at retail price, if not double. And so I was disappointed by the facts in this, which made me wonder if this book has other figures in here that are even accurate. And I was also disappointed by the thickness of this book because even though it's 248 pages, which isn't too much actually, the text is fairly large, maybe in my opinion. I'm a little bit of a bookworm. I read Dana Thomas's How Luxury Lost Its Luster, and I'm currently reading Fashionopolis, The Price of Fast Fashion. Those are very heavy, substantial books compared to this from what I've seen and read. But this is not a book review. So far, this book has been a little bit disappointing, so I'm considering selling or returning it. But I'll give it another chance and try reading it through. So far, not impressed. Now we're getting to the true luxury, Gucci tights. I will insert a clip of me wearing these and parading around in these. But these have been on Instagram for a while now, and I don't know if they're still popular, but I really dig them. So you can see there's a little bit of a GG pattern going on there. And I got these off of Poshmark. The seller was showing authenticity for this. She had bought a lot of them on sale and was reselling them. And I got these as a gift. The size small, honestly, is very stretchy. These could fit a medium-sized woman. I'm very excited to wear these out, but I'm a little bit nervous because they are an expensive pair of tights that could rip, which is why I'm going to get another pair in case these rip. If not, then it's nice to have another pair anyways because I can see myself wearing these quite a lot. They're very pretty. They have this classic diamond pattern, and I'm not one to care for logos or logo mania, but I just love these because of the design. They just look so pretty. The next luxury item is Jimmy Choo, or as my boyfriend and I like to call it, Jimmy Shoes. Haha. A little play on words. Give me a like if you like that pun. One thing you're gonna find if you subscribe to this channel, that there'll be plenty of puns to go around. This shoe was something I wanted because it had a zipper down here, and it is a over-the-knee boot, which I know not many people are raving about anymore, though they used to be pretty popular, and for me they still are. They're a pretty classic staple. I'm a little bit, if I'm being honest, disappointed with how tight the fit is because these are stretchy up here and it's supposed to be goat skin, but it's disappointing because they're stretchy, but even on me they're still a little bit tight and they give me a little bit of a sausage leg effect, and it makes me feel like a piece of meat being squished in a tight sausage casing. Probably not the photo that you wanted to see in your mind. But regardless, I think I'm still gonna keep these because I have another pair of over-the-knee boots that are Shein, back when I used to buy fast fashion. Shein is such horrible quality for what you buy, because I bought one that was over the knee with little tie in the back to tighten, and those fit fine over my legs, but they had a pointed front part of the boot that split open. Back heel started wearing off. Not the best quality. And I actually re-glued the pointed heel back to the footbed and it still split open again. Nevertheless, I'm not going back to Shein. I wore those not even that much, but they still did that. So I'm expecting better quality from Jimmy Choo. And designers usually have better quality. Not always, but usually. And I'm hoping to stick something to the bottom of these before I walk out with them, because like most designer shoes, it's just a piece of leather at the bottom that will quickly wear away if you don't protect it. These are supposed to be winter boots for me too, or fall boots. So I would like something with a little bit more grip anyways, because these are just smooth leather soles. As you can tell from now, I'm a little bit of a bookworm. Sorry, not sorry. I think everyone should know fashion history if you're this much into luxury. I don't understand how people can say they're really into the brand and not know the history. But yeah, what's the fun of owning luxury if you don't know the heritage and history behind it? This book, surprisingly though, is not about history. It is about architecture and Chanel. It talks about the architecture of different boutiques of Chanel, and I can't tell you how excited I am to have this book because I have a background in architecture. I flipped through this book and I was so greatly appreciative because this book is The Architecture of Chanel by Peter Marino, who is an architect who is known for designing a lot of Chanel's boutiques. I really enjoyed looking through this and seeing through the lens of how an architect represented the pages in this. And it's almost like a portfolio of Chanel boutiques that he's done in this, and it's just very beautifully laid out. And I've only seen the photos so far, so I have to go back and read the text. When you're flipping through an architectural portfolio, you mainly look at the photos first and then you ask the questions later, which is reading the text later anyways, because the photos for the most part should speak for themselves. But this is a thick and heavy book. Oh, it is a hardcover book. It was over $100. You can also see how the pages are all black, which is beautiful. It is in this black and white aesthetic, which I'm not sure if it was intentional because Chanel has this aesthetic of black and white because Chanel herself was raised by the nuns who only wore black and white. I don't know if it's a coincidence because of that or if it is because of the fact that black and white is just so commonly used in book publications for designer books as well. I love books not so I can buy them and have them be a coffee table accessory, even though I just recently got a beautiful coffee table. I buy books so that I can read them and enjoy them, and I marvel them and keep them as little pieces and treasures, and I collect them if I do buy them. So I'm really happy to have this. And when I flip through, I'm really impressed. It's just beautiful. There's even little like architectural sketches like this one on the back. So one notable page I have to say is this page and spread in particular, in which it's so simple, and I feel like as a non-architectural person you would not be able to understand it so easily, but because I am looking through the lens of an architectural designer, I appreciate that he actually put a structural detail of this corner up here. If you were not an architectural person, you would not be able to tell as easily, but this is a technical detail from the plan view, so looking top down at the detail of this corner, which is a rotated block on top of a orthogonal block, and it is showing that detail from plan, and I really appreciate that because that really shows you how things are being put together. And there's some pretty napkin sketches that show A to B, what was initially a napkin sketch and what became the final product, such as this, but I feel like those are less demonstrative of design and design process as much as some of the detail photos like that, which I think add a little bit more depth to it, and he sprinkles them a little bit here and there throughout the entire book just to give a little bit of a wink to people who can understand it, I think. He also has like other architectural drawings and images that are very presentational, such as sections and elevations as well as plans, and it's just beautiful. Being a person who loves high street fashion and also has an appreciation for architecture, I feel like I can appreciate this book for what it is. It is amazing. This is one of my most favorite gifts that I've gotten this Christmas. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a comment and a like because likes are free. It don't hurt nobody to leave a like. If you'd like to follow me on my Instagram, I will link it as well as put it in the top corner of this video. As well as you'd like to support me as a small YouTube creator, please consider supporting me on Patreon. There's different tier levels, as well as if you'd like to shop my closet, I'll link it as well. I really appreciate your support in watching this video. I hope to grow this channel to something a little bit larger scale in the future so that I may transition to being someone who can be fully present with you and produce more quality content. So if you'd like me to get to that point, please consider subscribing and turning on notifications and watching more of my videos and following me on Instagram, because it really means a lot to me as a small YouTube creator. Our channel is about couture, style, and analysis, which may or may not be luxury related, but is always centered around fashion. If you'd like to get your weekly CSA PSA out of the press weekly, then you know what to do. I'm Mimi, I'm your host, and until next time, have a good day or good night wherever you are, and bye!